Um, so hi everybody, and today is March 24th. We're about to begin with some movement. So get comfortable, and I think everybody is muted, so wonderful. All right, so I invite you to get hip width apart in your stance, and we want you to have slightly soft knees. So if you're in a chair, be on the edge of your chair, and I invite you to be in a nice upright posture. So that means hip, shoulders, ears in alignment. And we don't want our shoulders hunched over. We want them nice and back and a little space between the armpits. So if we're like this, we're probably closed in our chest, but if we're out a little bit, where there's a little space. So this is a nice stance that's very common in Tai Chi, Qigong, some of martial arts as well. So I invite you to take a deep breath, get centered, feel calm and relaxed. And we're going to do some movements from eight-piece brocade. Eight-piece brocade, there's a couple different versions of doing some of the movements, and I'm going to show you two different versions. They're both all beautiful. So first one is Wise Owl Turns Its Head. So this is one version from Mimi Codemer. So the palms face the back of the wall, for me it is, or the back of your body. We're going to turn our head sideways, go on the balls of our feet, and then come back, lower the heels. So if you feel don't want to go on the balls of your feet, don't have to do that, but turning your head, going on the balls of the feet, and then coming back. So by going on the balls of your feet, that stimulates the kidney channel, which is at the base of the foot, closest to the big toe. It's also called K9. So this is a gentle movement, turning to your comfort zone. And this is a movement series that I watched through Mimi Codemer. So I'll send you that link in the notes and the YouTube. Or if you want to get my emails, I can send it to you in an email as well. So let's do that to each side one more time. So for me, I started on this side. So gently looking to your left, I'm going to mirror you, and then gently to your right. And then we come back to center. So the other version is very similar. It's called Wise Owl Turns Back, Looks Backwards. So this one, the palms, instead of like, right, we palm face back, palm is facing the ground. And it kind of has a curve, and we want to engage that shoulder blade. So the shoulder blades go back by the kidneys. So the hands go kind of back, and then open up to the side, turning your head, but the palm always stays facing the earth. So it's a slight variation. So hands go back, kind of by your kidney level, and then turn your head, turn your hands. Come back to center. Same thing, going back, turning the head, turning the wrist, and coming back. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just some variations. And this one, they don't go on the balls of their feet. So going back and coming back. It's a really great exercise. I know my physical therapist always tells me to engage those trapezoid muscles more so that it uses my neck muscles less. I deal with a lot of neck pain. So this is a great exercise for that. So let's do that a few more times. And I always give you permission to modify. If you want to make this movement a little different, please do so. An eight-piece brocade is referring to a fabric. So that's what brocade means. And let's do that maybe one more time each side. And the other. Engaging those shoulder blades and looking, having the palms facing the earth. All right, so that is one movement, two different ways. See what you like best. I kind of like the one that where I engage those muscles more, but they're all good. They're all both really nice. All right, so the next one is called Separating Heaven and Earth. This is a common one that I do in Tai Chi for Health, if anybody's heard of that. But it's also part of the eight-piece brocade that I'm learning from my mentor. So separating heaven and earth. So they're holding an imaginary ball. Bottom hand comes up, gently push up and down. And it's not like a straight up, it's more in front of the forehead. So a gentle curve. So in Tai Chi and Qigong, we never want anything straight. Kind of, it's the opposite of yoga. So yoga, sometimes you want 100% lengthening, right? That's how you get your stretch. But in Qigong and Tai Chi, we want 70%. We want a curve. So you'll never, ideally, you don't want to see anybody stretching too much. I've seen a few Qigong movements where they do, but I would say it's only probably 5% of the time. So this passes 3 energy points according to Chinese medicine. I've heard the top one is referred as heaven and the bottom one earth. So that's possibly how it got its name, separating heaven and earth. So the top is by the forehead, also referred to as the third eye, and the bottom one is below the belly button. Not exactly at the root chakra, but kind of there in the middle. So it's a gentle stretch. Typically in Tai Chi for health, we do it as a spine stretch. And it's a nice, you can also imagine like just gently curving so you could engage your whole body. So it's a whole body movement. So at first I didn't want to show you that little variation, but you see how it's a turning, right? I'm engaging the knees. It's a little bit of a turn. So it's coming from my center versus my hand. So from the side, right? It's like engaging the knees, coming down, soft hips, soft joints. So then it kind of expresses through the whole body. So ideally in Tai Chi, we want it to have come up the energy coming up the feet through the hips and express out through the hands. And if you have all your joints are soft, there's a softness to it, right? A little bit of a curve and a softness. So play with that. If that's too much information, don't worry. But if you are, like details and a dancer, you may love it just to play with it. All right, let's do that maybe one more time on each side. Left hand going up and right hand going up. All right, good. And then coming back to center. So the other version that I have doesn't have separating heaven and earth. It has 2 hands supporting the heavens. So that's probably the closest variation. And that is 2 hands supporting the heavens. The hands go up the torso and then goes out and gently push up and down. So they're not exactly alike, but I was like, maybe that's the closest similarity. And what I love about Tai Chi and Qigong is that it's an oral tradition, right? It's existed for over 5,000 years. You're going to get variations, just like dialects and languages, right? Um, and it's all good. And you can use your breath, using your breath to extend. This is kind of one of those movements where you feel like, for me, this one, it kind of feels like you do stretch more than 70%, but try to have it kind of go out more in front of your body versus straight up is my suggestion. And play with it. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Just noticing your body, your breath. If you want to bend your knees a little bit more, extend them a little bit as the hands go out. Play with it. Or sit in your chair and just feeling soft and light like a feather. All right, good. So let's do another movement. This one is called Wiggle the Tail to calm heart fire in the heart. So it's very similar to another movement. So there's 2 variations. I kind of like the new variation that I just recently learned. So it's kind of like you shift your weight into one side, bend over, you're in a horse stance. So let me make sure. Horse stance means your feet are in a slight V out. And we talked about horses in our chat. So a horse stance is a wider stance with the feet a little bit in a V. So just imagining like you're riding a horse. So we want to bend over to one side, leading the chin up, and you swing across, hands going up, and then going back down. So it's very much a connection, like you bend down, you shift your weight, going up, and then you try to look at the opposite foot and then go in that direction. So you look down, look at that other foot, and go in that direction. Shift the weight, look at the other foot, and go up. It feels like you're all connected when you do this version. I'll show you the other version pretty soon here. So listen to your body. If this is too much, you can modify. And let's go back and then come back up. So that is one version. The other one is very similar, but it's a little bit more structured. It's the same wide stance, but this is called wagging the tail to calm heart fire, which is the other one is wagging the tail to calm fire in the heart. So very slight version, very different. So this one we lift with the chin out, go down, go back up, and back down. So it's kind of similar, but it's a little bit more robotic, right? It's like you're going down and up, and you keep your chin up because the thought is the energy is going out through your heart. You're not looking at your feet. You're looking ahead. So if you're in a chair, you would want to make sure one foot's maybe a little bit in front of the other so you don't lose your balance. And you would want to have your chin up. That also helps with balance. So let's do that maybe 2 more times. Can't remember what side I started. So let's count this the last one going. I think I started over there. So going back down and back up. So again, there's slight variations, kind of fun. All right, so I got one more movement for you. This one is called touch the toes and press against the sky. So it's a self-massage, kind of chi. So we're going to bring our hands back to the kidneys, go down on the outside of the pant leg, trace along the toes, and then come up the inside of the pant leg. Of course, my scarf is in the way. And then hands rise up. Then hand goes back again, going back to the kidneys, tracing along the seam of your pant leg, around the toes, and up around the inside of the ankles, and the hands rise. So you'll see a lot of variations in these like chi massage. That's wonderful. They're all wonderful. So this is a slight, and if you can't touch your toes, just imagine. So and the hands rise. Good. Wait, let's do that maybe 3 more times. And it's okay to imagine. So if I can get my scarf out of the way, and then the hands rise. Hands going back, touching by the kidneys. And this is tracing along the gallbladder and the bladder meridian channels. So it goes in this direction, the energy. It goes down the pant legs, outside seam, goes around the toes, and then it goes up the inseam of the pants. And one last time. Around the toes and up the pant leg. Hands rise. Good. So the variation that I know is also it's 2 hands climbing the legs is the how they phrased it as. So this one, the hands start to the center, the hands circle around, and then go back towards the kidneys. You can rub your kidneys, and then we gently go down the pant leg. So this part is similar. Trace along the toes and go up the legs. And this one, when it comes to the belly, the hands just rise up like this. Like you're holding something up, hands turn around. And then we go back for the kidneys again. Sorry, my hair is getting in the way and it's hot up here. It's like 80 degrees in this room. So hands going down. I should call it hot Qigong, right? Instead of hot yoga. Trace it along the pant lengths. And when it comes to the belly, then the hands kind of like they're floating up the water. And doing that again. Hands circle around, going for the kidneys, gently going down the pant legs. Bending the knees. We don't want any pull on the back. And then slowly rise up. And let's do that maybe 2 more times. Enjoy yourself. There's no hurry with this. Maybe you want to inhale or exhale, whichever you're on right now. As you go down, circle, hold, and then whatever, if it's an exhale or inhale as the hands go up. And pulling in, I like to inhale, like I'm pulling in beautiful energy for the kidney. And then a nice exhale or inhale, whatever feels good to you. And then the hands coming up to the sky. Good. And then we can hands come to center. So that is some movement. I should crank the window. It's hot. Okay, so let's take a seat. So that is some Qigong movement. Hopefully that makes you feel more relaxed, part of the 8-piece brocade. And it's a wonderful set. And I'll send you some of those variations. Um, I'd like to go into the reading part, which was this is a list of magazine article actually that I clipped a long time ago, and it's questions that you ask the dying. So it was like 5 things they asked people who are about to die. What did they wish for? And I always saved it because I was like, these are just good reminders. So number one, they said, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. And I'll try to type these up for you guys too. Number two, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I can say amen to that, right? Number three, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Number four, I wish I stayed in touch with my friends. And number five, I wish I had let myself be happier. So here, if you're a visual person, if it shows up, you might need an extra. But it was a nice little article. So something to think about as we do a little reading, but I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had to stay in touch with my friends, and I wish I had let myself be happier. So there's a good lot of good meditation pieces here. As someone too, I also like to do meditations off the cuff. I feel a lot of good ones out of that one. And also, I thought it would be kind of fun to. Um, this is a nice card. This is a Tai Chi Cha card. I know Janet knows this very well. She studied along. That's how we met. And it's a card that you get. You can buy them through Justin Stone. He's the founder of Tai Chi Cha. So it's CHIH at the end. And it is a form of Qigong, and it's a beautiful practice. And this is a phrase that he wrote. And it's just kind of fun if you have these different cards, and there's several of them. So this one is, with the coming of the beautiful autumn weather, there is a heightening of spirits, a great feeling of livingness, and usually a gratitude for being alive. Of course, this is spring, not the same season, but we can feel that gravitational pull, right? The change in season. But hey, if you're in Australia right now or Tasmania, this is fall. But for us, right, it's spring. So with the coming of the beautiful autumn weather, or the spring weather, there is a heightening of spirit, a great feeling of aliveness, and usually a gratitude of being alive. So I would say maybe every season, but yeah. So it's a nice little, that's from his Spiritual Odyssey. Um, so a nice little reading to read of the Justin Stone. All right, so I'm looking at the time and I want to make sure we get some more things. I want to share a song. So let's do that next. So this is a song. I know Janet's heard it, but it's been kind of in my head lately, so that's why I thought about sharing it with you. And I'll give you the links for it. It's by Molly Hartwell. I don't know where she is from, but I know there's a lot of renditions and versions on the internet. And this is the one that I like the most. So it's called Put Your Roots Down. And you don't have to be perfect a singer. I'm not a perfect singer either. I just love to share songs and good lyrics. And while I'm thinking of it, I should probably put the lyrics in this chat so it makes it a little bit easier for you. Um, Let me get out of my search here and copy it for you. All right. And then you can tell it when I'm goofing up too. If I share it with you. Okay, I got the lyrics. Um, I don't know why meeting in the group chat. Okay. I know I see that. I just want to make sure it's going to everyone. All right. All right, here we go. It goes, put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Has anyone heard this song before besides Janet? Oh, it's fun, isn't it? It has a nice jazzy feel. And like, of course, I don't think I do justice as some vocalists could, but it has a really nice soulful voice and it's good, it's fun. So let's do that first part again, and then we'll do the second part. And there's a third part, which is you do that a couple times. So put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. Can you hear the earth sing if you listen? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. So you do it about 2 times. The other part goes, 'cause the sound of the river, or no, yeah, 'cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stone. It's the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? That the middle part is kind of tricky. And it's kind of lyrics that you don't see. Like, right, I don't usually talk that way, but you guys can do it. I'm sure you can. So it goes, 'cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. So let's do that part again so it kind of breaks it down a little bit easier. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. One more time. 'Cause the sound of the river as it moves across the stones. And then the other part is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. That's a tricky one. So let's do that maybe 2 more times. So is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? So let's do it from the top all the way through. If any questions, let me know. But I know it's being recorded, so you might be a little shy. But let's do it from the top. Uh, put your okay. So put your roots down. Put your roots down. Put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down. Put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as you move across the stone is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Back to the top. Put your feet down or no, put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. 'Cause the sound of the river as you move across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? So put your roots down. It's a nice, beautiful song. If you haven't heard it, I know the first time I heard it, I was like, wow. I love that analogy of the river going across the stone as blood is like moving against your bones. Beautiful imagery. And are we listening to the syncopate, right? The synchronicity of gravity pulsating through our body and through the water and that connection of that we have with the earth and everything around us. And that is by Mary Hartwell. And then there's a couple of variations, but that's the one I like the best. So let's get into a little chant and a meditation. I think the chanting kind of helps you get into a meditation. So this is a Tibetan chant, and we're going to do three sounds. So for people that like, the first sound is ah, second one is om, second one is hung, fourth one is ram, and the last one is daz. It's like, but it's za. I think the D is silent. So those are the three sounds that we'll be making. And we'll do each sound probably like 3 or 4 times. And then we'll try to maybe do all 5 sounds in a repetition. So grab some water if you want to keep your voice hydrated and get nice and comfortable. So some people maybe aren't used to chanting or singing, trying to relax the shoulders, the body, so nice upright, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I know I struggle with vocal due to different health issues, so just do your best with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. What we want to do is have that resonance and that energy help move things so we can feel more visible. All right, so first one is ah. Ah. Again. Ah, ah, and a fourth time. Ah. If you want to make it higher, lower, it's okay, whatever you prefer. And that's supposed to represent the third eye. Now we're going to do Om. It's supposed to represent the throat. Om. Om. 2 more times. Om. Om. Next one is hung, which is supposed to represent the belly. So maybe imagine your belly hanging out. Hung. 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 And one more time. Hung. Next one is Ram, and it represents the belly as well. Ram. 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 And the last one is za, which represents the root. The D is silent. Za. 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 So we're going going to do a couple looping of all the sounds, just doing it one time now that we kind of have heard it a few times. Ah, Om, Hung, Ram, Za, Ah, Om, Hung, Ram, Za. Let's do that two more times. I feel like four is the number. Ah, Om, Hung, Ram, Za. And one last time, see if you resonate, feel it in your body, torso, throat. Ah, Om, Hung, Ram, Za. And taking a moment for silence to let it resonate in our body. Feeling that connection with maybe our feet on the floor, our bottom on the chair, hands resting in our laps. Feel that anchoring, that rooting, that all these things that we've done today help us to feel who we are more visible. Being who we want to be, not living in that regret, feeling centered, more at peace, allowing, not working so hard. Just like last week, we talked about asking our angels for help, making things easier, not so hard, and feeling the courage to express our feelings. It can be hard to do because, it might be shut down or hurt, but you also will be heard by yourself and allowed. And when you take the time to slow your body down, your mind down, your voice, it can allow you to feel more. Whatever's on the edge of the surface, it can let it rise up. And hopefully it's the good feelings that are rising up and the ones that are not so good sinking down into the earth through your feet, having the earth absorb it, help you, support you. The earth is always there for us. We can send the energy that is negative or too much into the earth, ask for it to be recycled, and then we pull up some beautiful energy when we're ready to receive. And making sure that we stay in touch with ourselves and the people that we love. If you haven't done it lately, maybe call an old friend. Maybe that can be a challenge for yourself this week. Try to call a new person each day that's an old friend, or maybe just this week, depending on your work schedule and your busyness schedule and your health. So I just challenge you to call an old friend this week, wishing that you can express that love, whatever caught your interest and your spark. Just like remembering our childhood. That was our question in the opening. I didn't get to explain that to the folks on Zoom, but the question was, what did you like the most about where you grew up and why? So thinking of those happier memories when we were a child, we had a lot of great answers today. Some talked about things that they ate as a child or places that they went and the connection they had with animals or imaginary forts and places and parks, or sledding down the hills in snow. So many wonderful memories. So wishing that you feel that happiness that you felt in your childhood and know that you can have that happiness right now in this moment. And when you feel kind of off track and your feelings don't feel aligned with that, maybe coming back to that good memory of your childhood this week. Give it a try. When things feel a little bit tough, imagine that you're there. Time to be playful and be yourself. Have that connection. So let these be good reminders as we meditate on this is an article that was written by people that who are about to pass on and transition, and they wish they had done in their lives while they had time. So that was kind of the meditation that we're talking about today. Just kind of recapping the meditation that they wish they had the courage to be who they really were and not what others expected them. And they wish they had not worked so hard, that they wish they had more play, more fun in their life. And it's wonderful that you guys here on this Zoom call are able to do that. They wish they had the courage to express their feelings and wish they had stayed in touch with their friends. And I would say ourselves, right? It is so easy to lose touch with ourselves when you're working or helping others, being a parent if you're a parent. And they wish they had a happier, let themselves be happier. Let's take some settling deep breaths, taking a deep breath and exhaling, however it feels comfortable for you. Do that again for the second time. And one more time. And I'm going to go straight into a lymphatic massage that we a lot of times do. And it has 6 deep breaths. So if you're still in that kind of nice, beautiful meditative state, you can stay there. We're just going to gently put our fingers by the bridge of, where the eyebrows start. And it's a very gentle pressure. It's so gentle. It should, if you have a headache or feels a pinch, then you're doing too much. It should feel very like you're touching a feather. So gently pressing that point in a little upward motion or downward, whatever feels better. So if you just gently press down, if that feels better, or up, taking 6 deep breaths. Nice and slow. See if you can fill up that belly or the side of your abdomen. And a nice exhale. Doing that again. For the third time. Nice deep breath for the fourth time. Fifth time. And the sixth time. And some people ask why 6. I heard it's because about 6 deep breaths are about a minute. It's a minute long. So now we're going to gently trace along the fingers to our clavicle. So that's just right there on the side of our necks. We have clavicles on each side, and we do it 5 times. And let's do that one more. And then let's go to the side, going over the ears, leading it to the clavicle. And one more time. And now this one, we go behind the head, go across and lead to both sides of the clavicles. So sometimes it's nice like you're combing back your hair. Yeah. And leading into the clavicle. Let's do that one more time. And then next one is swiping behind the ear, leading it to the clavicle again. So clavicle carries a lot of drainage for us, lymphatic fluid, and it helps it release in the body. And it's just very gentle, like you're just barely touching your skin. On the other side. And let's do the face. There is another lower part, which we did last time. So let's just do the face looking at the time wise. And I want to have you guys be able to check out and say hi. So 3 fingers across the forehead. This one's supposed to be good for headaches. So if you have one, just, very gentle. And then 2 fingers around the eyebrows. And then underneath the eyes, sweeping up towards like the temples. And then a long 7. I think of swiping across the cheeks, going down to the clavicle. And I like to use my knuckle for this, but you can use your finger. To me, it feels softer to use the knuckle. And maybe one more time. And now we do a cursive 7. We go across up in front of the ear a little bit and then down to the clavicle again. So reaching up and down. And one more time. All right, now we're going to sweep underneath the chin, like the thumb, massaging underneath the neck, from the chin to the jawline, sweeping outward motions. And then the last part is sweeping down again to that clavicle. And just to help the clavicle drain, because we put a lot of lymphatic fluid there, just gently put the hand there, just like gently creasing it, and turn the neck side to side to your comfort range. You don't have to look as far as I am if you have issues. I want you to be ABC, always be comfortable. And let's do that one more time. And now we're going to switch hands, go to the other side of the neck and go across. All right. Hopefully you feel better. And I'm going to stop the recording. And we can just do a quick checkout, however you like. Thank you so much for watching online if you're watching, and we'll see you. Oh, and I do want to, for the recording next week is Eid al-Fitr, and so it probably won't be here. We'll skip next Monday. So ever since I started in January, actually I started in January, I haven't skipped any Mondays. So we'll be skipping next week Monday. So I'll probably put that in a reminder. But then we'll meet after that. So just a heads up for that. All right. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you. Okay.